Hey, what's going on, y'all? My name is EA. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Chilling with EA. This is the dining room edition of the Why Behind Design. Well, I'm just going to take you behind the scenes and share with you my thinking, my approach, how I wanted the outcome to be once I finish refreshing, if you will, transforming my dining room into a space that I really wanted to chill in, relax in, and enjoy. Primarily I wanted to be a design that felt cozy, that had that chic feel, that West Elm chic feel. And you'll see that in the colors that I chose and so forth. And a space that felt full of intention. My goal primarily was to create a space, dining room area that felt both elegant. I wanted a little elegance, I wanted to have an elegant feel, as well as to be approachable and have a calming effect once you walked inside of it. And a place that really, invites conversation and connection while maintaining, a refined and kind of modern style. So sit back, chill. Hey, let me say this also. One thing about interior design, home decor, it's all individual. I've talked to several designers, professional designers, and no two of them will design a room the exact same way. Your space, the way you design your space, that's your taste. You wanted to have the feel and vibe that you desire. Your feel is going to be different from someone else's. So when you're designing or rearranging, items in your space, and you're transforming refreshing your space, do what you like. Do it because move something from one place in the room to another place in the room, or place something on your wall, or a vase here, a vase there, because you feel as though it's going to give you the vibe, create the vibe or the mood that you want. Not because you think that, it may look good to somebody else. So sit back, chill. Again, like and subscribe. Leave your comments afterwards. Let me know what you think. Give me a compliment before you give me a critique. All right? Give me a compliment before you give me a critique. All right? CC. Compliment, then critique. All right? But look, keep the comments coming. I'm just joking. Look, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Again, my name is EA. You're Chilling with EA. Don't forget my other channel, cooking channel, Dining with EA. You got to check that out. We pump out bangers once a week. All right? So until the next video, hope you enjoy this one. And this, again, is the why behind the design, the dining room edition. All right? Peace.
Hey, so what's going on? Yeah, so here you go. This is a before shot of my dining room. All right.
Yeah, this is the intro to my original, the original reveal.
Adding some color to this unit right here. This cabinet unit. I'll be adding some color to it. I'm not going to be doing any paint in the room per se. That's not the plan right now. I'll be adding some accents to my dining room table here. Maybe a new vase and a plant of sorts. And I'm also going to be
I really had no idea where I was going to go with this design.
Farmhouse, like a type of curtain rod that I have up here. And also the curtains. I'm going to convert those from they're currently grommets. And, get rid of my grommets to your regular curtain.
But again, my primary goal for sure was to create a dining area that felt, both elegant and approachable. Again, I wanted it to be a place that, invites conversation, and connection. While, again, as I stated before, I wanted to maintain
easy access,
kind of refined and modern style.
From the living room or kitchen through the dining room into the morning room. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. All right, so stay tuned.
I really had some good bones to work with on this transformation. And, the size of the room really dictated my approach, because the room was about 14 by 18. And because of the room size and layout, I knew a round table would be the best fit. And that's when you're working on your dining room, you have to make a decision whether or not, based on its dimensions, whether a round table versus or a rectangle table would be a better fit. I knew that a round table would be the best fit for my particular room and my space, because believe it or not, the round glass table actually it softens the flow of the space, while also allowing easy movement all the way around while keeping the room feeling open and balanced. The glass top just maintains that sense of lightness, which is perfect for a dining room that connects so closely, to morning room that sits just to the right of it. And I'm gonna tell you, the table was really a rare find. I'll make sure that I put where I purchased it in the description. However, beneath the glass, and I'm gonna try to show it to you. The base, it's the glass is sitting on a metal base, with this, and the base has a gold. It's a dark gold. It has a very nice, beautiful geometric gold design, and I think that it adds just the right touch of sophistication, to the table, and adds to its uniqueness. And while it's not a shiny gold, it still, introduces a kind of warmth, a kind of subtle. It does have a subtle shimmer as you get close to it, that ties beautifully with the lighting and decor, throughout the space. Now, one thing I forgot to mention was the glass tabletop is 60 inches or 5 feet in diameter. And when we, take a closer look at the dining room table, one of the most striking features, in the space is the table's geometric metal base. And I want to give you a real, nice close-up of it. The bold structural design, it really anchors the room, right? It's almost like a piece of art. The open framework, it just adds a modern edge, while the warm metallic finish kind of brings it in just the right touch of glam. And what I love most is how the base, contrasts beautifully with the smooth round tabletop, creating that perfect balance between structure and softness. Now, another question I often get is with regard to my choice of seating. As you can see, I decided to break away from the old rule that every dining chair has to match. For me, those days were gone. I believe that mixing chair styles just adds so much more personality. And that's what interior decor and design is all about. It's about individual personality and creating the vibe that you want. The different types of chairs that I chose, they create some visual interest to the space, adds visual interest to the space. And it's all about, creating harmony, through color and proportion rather than, just uniformity. In my particular setup, as you can see, the combination of upholstered fabric chairs and leather accented seats kind of gives the room a more curated designer look. As each piece was chosen intentionally, not just as part of a matching set, if you will, right? And then, in addition to that, the warmth of the camel leather chairs really speaks directly to the wheat colored drapes that I chose. As you can see, they complement each other. They really do complement each other perfectly, and I think they create a kind of rich tonal harmony that enhances the overall coziness, of the room. Yeah, I think the combination of the golden overtones of the drapes of wheat color that's in the drapes and the natural warmth of the leather and the chairs, I just thought that, and I still believe that it instantly makes the space feel grounded, inviting, and comfortable. Now, what would a comfortable dining room be without a nice warm rug under your chosen round table or rectangular table? So I chose a light colored rug that works, in sync with the white oak flooring and the fabric chairs. Together, I think they brighten the space and add a soft, neutral foundation. It kind of lets the furniture and decor, take center stage. Yeah, the mix of these lighter elements, I think, just ensures the room feels open and airy and never heavy or overdone. Now, as for the large globe chandelier, believe you me, it's much more impressive in person. The chandelier, above, it really provides that perfect sculptural moment for me, right? When I saw it in the store, I said, I gotta have it. Its black metal frame just adds contrast. It just grounds the space without overpowering it. And paired with the bold black brushstroke art, abstract art, and I purchased that from Kirkland, it kind of introduces a modern edge that balances all the soft, natural tones elsewhere in the room. One of my favorite transformations in this dining room is the sideboard. I saw the color when I was on a tour visit to West Elm in Tennessee, and I said, man, that's it. Let me tell you something. Painting it a deep olive green completely changed the mood of this space. You know, the color feels earthy and refined, grounding the lighter tones while adding some depth, you know, and character. And check this out, the double mirrors, I've also gotten a lot of inquiries about those. The double mirrors above, they just expand the room, you know, visually, right? And reflect the chandelier light, you know, they create, as you can see, they create a real soft ambient glow that feels real elegant, you know, day or night. Look at that rich color, that rich green olive color. I absolutely love it. You find something that you really like and you have a tendency, it's very easy to go overboard and you start putting it everywhere. And I kind of, subtly did that, but I had to pull myself back and not be too excessive. Each piece, on the sideboard, every accent piece, I really thought about what I wanted to do with that, and they were intentionally selected. From the textured lamps to the sculptured vase was chosen to balance shape, height, and warmth, adding that layered designer feel, without clutter. I hate clutter. So really, there you have it. My why to the design. Of course, my tabletop accents. Again, they were also selected, to complement the entire design and add the layered designer feel, And again, with the thought in mind to avoid at all costs clutter and items that did not fit or did not complement my style or the vibe that I was trying to accomplish. So yeah, when you take it all in, every element, the round glass table with its golden base, the tonal mix of seating, the wheat colored drapes, the soft rug, and the deep olive sideboard, I think they all work kind of in harmony together, and they create a dining space that feels collected, cohesive, intentionally designed. And yeah, so let me say this. Beauty truly is in the eye of the beholder. I have not talked to or met any two designers that would design a room or space the exact same way. Interior design, home decor is about what you like. It's not what other people like. What you do in your home, that's your home, that's your space. Make it comfortable, cozy, and right for you. Your choices of design, the items that you select for your space, they should tell a story about you. And in this particular room, like throughout my entire house, every choice had purpose. From the colors that I chose, the textures I decided upon, they were all designed to create a balance and a flow. It's about creating a feeling, for me, and one that says, welcome home, EA. So in closing, keep the comments coming. If you enjoyed this transformation, this why behind design, the dining room edition in the series, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more inspired design ideas that are coming, in the future. More DIY projects. Yeah, this is my passion. And yeah, I'm going to be doing this even when we move abroad. We're not going to stop, doing what we're doing. So don't forget, you're watching Chilling with EA, where style meets intention, and every space tells its own story. Hey, love y'all. Peace.